Talk a little bit about the energy that your champ brings to an event like this.
Yeah, it's very special.
To see in person, really.
Yeah, it's special, man, and you know, you can see how authentic it is and how much it means to her. And I didn't know what the B-roll was going to be. I didn't know what the message was going to be, but it's a powerful one. It's something she believes in, and you know, she's a very special person and athlete. But you know, we're proud to have her as our champ.
It really puts the pressure on you, though, to keep coming back here as long as she's with you, which I don't think any of you guys have a problem with.
Yeah, you know what? Listen, my staff's already they're ready to move into Honolulu and set up an office here without me. So no, but in all seriousness, come on, this is Honolulu. Who doesn't like Hawaii? And you know, but I think once a year is a good fit. And like I said yesterday or the day before, you know, we're going to start expanding into Asia. This is a great, you know, tip-off point, jump-off point, and start doing maybe some more events in the Asian territories.
Another bit of pressure that you'll probably hear about that she wants to put on you is she wants you guys to officially have a 135 division for women so that she can get in there and become a dual champion. What would that process be like, and how feasible is that?
I think she looks really good at 125. So, you know, she's in great shape, and I don't think she's, you know, it's like, you know, it takes her time to cut down and make the weight, but I think she looked great. And listen, Kate, man, what a fighter. This girl came here to fight, and she brought it, and she kept fighting, and she was just nasty in the cage, and you know, it's like she gave Alima a tough time, and really, you know, was very scrappy. It was very impressive to see her come back and just keep coming back.
Scott, you guys obviously know what you're doing with the matchmaking. You guys have plenty of options you can always go with, but Alima McFarland kind of said, used the word 100% in reference to Juliana Velasquez. She said she's been impressed with her every step of the way, and in her words, she said she's 100% next. Obviously, you guys have some say in that, but what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, honestly, look, Juliana Velasquez is definitely somebody that's a potential, but, you know, to me, it's, look, you know, when she dominated the fight, to me, if she would have came in there and you know, had a knockout or a stoppage, or when they're in dominating, she had a dominant performance, but when you're in fights like that, you should finish too, right? So it's kind of like, you know, we'll see. We're gonna go back to the drawing board, and like I said earlier, we're not committing to the tournament yet, but you know, it's looking a little bit more attractive to me every time, you know, I speak to my team and think about it myself, because we have so many potential stars in this weight class. I think it'd be a very interesting tournament, and that could change the whole landscape of who fights who and when we all announce it. But you know, it's nice to see a division so, you know, that has so much depth, like our 125 female division.
If you do decide on the 125 flyweight tournament, is her next defense likely to be in the tournament, given that she fights twice a year?
Yeah, I think that
if it does.
I always like the, you know, like we did with Pitbull. He had to fight the fight, and then you know, we'll do the drawing just like we did for the featherweights, and whoever is the champ will get to go and pick where they want to, you know, compete, or which brackets, things like that. We're going to continue with that format. So I think that this thing can shake out a couple different ways of when we start. We still have to work out a lot of details. Again, you know, we're on our way to Japan tomorrow or the next day for some of us, and you know, we're focused on the fight between Fedor and Rampage, which will be 12 noon in Tokyo on the 29th, and it'll be live on Paramount on the 28th at 7 p.m. Pacific and 10 p.m. Eastern, as well as it'll be on DAZN, simulcast in the U.S. and in Japan. So it's going to be a great event. I heard that the event is close to being sold out on the 29th, which is great to see, as well as the 31st I heard is doing very well. So, you know, it's a very special place there as well to watch a fight. If you guys ever been, it's unbelievable. So, you know, we're excited. We're getting ready for Japan now.
Did Lara impress you more last night than Velasquez did tonight?
I'd say yes, and I'll tell you why. Listen, Velasquez is a killer. She is a great fighter. She's going to earn her shot here eventually, or maybe next. We'll see. But the thing that I liked about Lara was, it was something that Veta said to me, was she said, this girl got better. She surprised me, because I thought she was going to come try to take me down and grapple with me, but she didn't. She started trading with me and surprised me. It caught me off guard, and she started throwing heavy elbows and using her reach. And so that's a fighter that is getting better and better and better and better, you know. And so, you know, that's another amazing, you know, 125-pound fighter that we'll put in this event if we do it at some
Would you be
point.
more eager to put Alima Lane's next title defense against Lara or Velasquez?
You know what? I'm not sure. I'm not willing to commit to that, but she already did fight Laura.
Lara too, yeah.
So, you know, to me, it's like, you know, we'll see. We'll see. It's not. I'm not ready. I'm not ready for that question yet.
Can you talk a little bit about the situation that happened last night? I mean, obviously these things are going to happen once in a while. It's never good, and I'm sure you guys behind the scenes just kind of like hit your head and go like, God, why did this have to happen? Is it made easier when you didn't sell tickets and they were given away? God, is that even a fair question to ask you? I'm sorry. But
You know
never
what?
want that
I
kind of thing to
will
happen.
say this. I was texting back and forth with Josh. Listen, he is a warrior. He is a legend. He's done everything in the sport already, right? So he was sick to the point where he couldn't even stand up, right? He just wasn't good enough to fight. So, you know, it happened to me once before in 34 years, and that was Fedor Mitrione, right? We go to the weigh-ins, he's fine. The next day, he starts having kidney stones, and you're just like, you know, it's crazy. But this is the first time it's happened so close to the fight. Matt was something, 3 o'clock, we had to pull the plug. This one was, I walk in here and yeah, they're telling me, hey, this fight might be off. I thought they were joking at first. But, you know, he's sick. I talked to the doctor. She said, look, this guy needs to get an IV in him, and he's not good enough to fight. She pulled the plug, right?
I was going to say, I mean, with what he goes through on the pro wrestling side of things, it seems like he's the kind of guy who would just say, I don't care, I'll deal with it, and I'll fake it till I make it in terms of being well for the commission, but they are the ones that yanked it.
Yeah, they yanked it because they saw how sick he was, and so if they put him in a situation where he's in a combat and somebody's trying to hurt him and hit him and he's not able to defend himself, now we're all going to be in a liable situation, right? So the commission made a good call. I've been texting with Josh today. He's even sick today. He said, I'm just in bed. I still have the chills, my body aches, my kidneys hurt, and so I've been thrown up all morning. I feel really bad for the guy. It's an unfortunate situation. It's happened twice in my career. But you know, let's hope it doesn't happen again.
Should we keep that fight together and do it at a different time and just keep that matchup intact?
I would like to, but when, I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah, Josh said, please let me fight in LA on the 25th, but the LA card is pretty packed already, so we got to figure out. But I think we would like to put that fight together again. You know, in fairness to everybody.
Can you do it in Dublin maybe on February? Is that too
We'll
soon?
let you know. We'll let you know.
Scott, staying with just Friday night for one more moment. Obviously, the Barnett stuff was a bummer, and actually the local Hawaiians weren't having a really good night. But is there a silver lining with all that when you got a guy like Toby Misic who kind of defies the odds, and now you can say you closed out with local victories on both nights?
You know what? It's if you look at the talent here, there is a tremendous amount of talent on the islands fighting, and it's been a hotbed for many years. And when we came here, Rich went out into the community and said, you know, what do you guys want to do? And they all said, look, we don't want to fight each other anymore. Like, we don't want to fight. We want to test our athletes. And so we put them in, some of these guys, in some tough situations, you know? And to me, it's like, look, win or lose, if you bring it and you fight as hard as you can fight, you will have a home here, right? So that's really, to me, it's the spirit of the fight, of the combat. And so, you know, I told these guys, win, lose, draw, just bring it, man. And then, you know, you could potentially have a contract with us. So, you know, it's like the Japanese fighter that fought today, and you know, he's had a tough fight. He lost, but you know what? To me, he showed a lot of heart, and we're gonna continue to fight him and book him. You know, like continue his contract. We're not gonna cut him. So, just bring it. And to me, that's all a promoter can ask for.
What do you think of the performance by Zach Zane against Nainoa Dunk?
It was pretty dominant, you know. And when I talked to Noah earlier, I said, you know, don't beat yourself up, man, because this is you're a young kid. This is going to be a long haul for you, but you have to make the commitment to work on your game. That part of the game that you're not strong. Your weaknesses have to be worked on, right? So you're wrestling, you're getting taken down, you got to work on that. That's just what it is. You're a professional athlete. You want to go far in this league, you're going to have to work on things that you're not good at. And so it's just like Laura. She was not the striker she was when she came here, you know, and fought last night. She wasn't that way a year ago, but she has worked on her game, man, and now she's a dangerous striker. So to me, all these athletes, that's what it means to be a mixed martial artist. You're a great jiu-jitsu practitioner, but if you can't strike, you're gonna have a hole. Someday one person will be just as good at you in jiu-jitsu, and then they can strike. You're going to be in trouble. There might be a better kickboxer. You better have a complete game in today's world, because that's where everything's headed.
You're going to come back next year to Hawaii again, you announced. Are you going to do a double event like you did last year and this year?
Yeah, you know what? I love it. You know, the only thing I would love to do is maybe have the first night on the base, actually. You know, have it on the base.
Okay.
You know, have it in a hangar. You know, and just be all about the military, and instead of them having to come here, I really think we should go there and
the
do
warship.
it. Yeah, I mean, you know, there's a lot of possibilities. You know, I've done crazy things before, so you know.
They've had basketball, like college basketball games on that ship. I mean, it's a thing that they've set up to do. So.
Yeah, it's we're working on a few things, but you know, I can't tell you everything.
Scott, when you're dealing with someone like Alima who has no problem expressing her political views and using the platform for larger things, what does that mean in terms of promotion, and how does it make her unique in terms of some of the fighters that you promote?
You know what? I said earlier that she has a purpose, right? And she is an athlete that's fighting, but she has a bigger purpose behind it, and that's what makes her authentic. That's why the people love her. That's why people can connect with her, and that's why, you know, we all respect her. And so, to me, look, this is the United States of America. Everybody has a viewpoint. That's your viewpoint. You know, it's a free country. Go do your thing. And we provide the platform. If that's her message, that's what it is.
Beyond just the message, I mean, you actually had the images in the background. Her walkout was in conjunction with that, so you coordinated with someone else.
Yeah, you know what? I never saw the images before, but we're not going to censor it. You know, if she believes it, this is expression of her belief system. So if this is something that she feels that strongly about, that she wants to make it her part of her walkout, we're gonna do it.
Would you have any other reason to promote her outside of Hawaii? Was she like for you or Hawaii?
Well, listen, she obviously has a big fan base here, and she'll do very well here. But we did fight her in San Jose before. We fought her, I think twice a year. You know, she's been fighting. So, you know, she'll probably fight in April, maybe May or June somewhere, and then we'll come back here in December. And you know, who knows? Like I said, what will happen with the rollout of our next tournament. But you know, when we come to Hawaii, she'll definitely be a part of it.
I'm sorry if I missed you talking about AJ, but did you have thoughts on his performance? You talked the other day about, like, this is really his opportunity now to step up. Do you think he did that? He delivered in a way that you would have expected him to?
Listen, I think AJ was in a little scrap, you know, and I think he learned a lot tonight, right? And you know, I think he probably had to dig a little deeper than maybe he thought he was going to have to, but you know, he's scrappy. The opponent is scrappy, and he's just rough and tough, and he got caught, I think, once or twice in there. And you know, I think that, like I said, AJ learned a lot. But I will say this: that submission at the end was unbelievable. And when a fighter finds a way to win, right? That's really tells a lot about their character, because he said, "I'm not going to lose this fight. I'm going to go out and I'm going to submit this guy." Or in his mind, whether I'm going to knock him out, I'm going to submit him, or I'm gonna, you know, he found a way to win, and man, sometimes that's what it takes. That's just that will to win, and he caught him. I was talking to Renzo Gracie and Hoyce and all the jiu-jitsu community, and they're like, "Oh my God, that was one of the sickest submissions I've ever seen."
Scott, last one for me. McFarland, she also spoke about interest in a bantamweight division. Obviously, you talked about the depth of flyweight, the overall women's landscape. Has she ever brought that up to you, or have you ever had thoughts of your own about possibly expanding into the bantamweight category?
Yeah, she did, you know, but I again, you know, I don't think she had that hard of a time to get to 25. You know, maybe we'll have to talk to her, but you know, when these fighters are in their camps and when they're kind of doing their thing, I kind of like just stay away. But you know, we'll talk to her. But you know what? To me, we have a 125-pound weight class. She looked great in there. She didn't gas. It wasn't like she cut so much weight she gassed out there. I mean, she was in a rough match for 5 rounds, and she handled it. So, you know, to me, it's, you know, we'd like her to stay there. If it was really, you know, something that she had to do, you know, we would consider it. But you know,
she expressed it more as a champ opportunity. Obviously, you know, you look at the banners, you guys are collecting champs, if you will. I guess she meant it more. She said she was a small flyweight as well, but she meant it more. She just wanted that champ opportunity.
So she wants to go to 115. I'm joking. I'm joking. Take care, guys. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.